Hey, what's going on, family? This is Andy Henriquez, and of course, I want to welcome you to the Thursday night show for your life motivational live stream. I am so excited you decided to join me tonight. Listen, I've got a message for you tonight. I want to save you some time and save you some frustration. Hey, family, what's going on? This is Andy Henriquez. So super excited you decided to join me tonight for the show for your life motivational live stream. I've got a message for you tonight. I'm going to save you both time, I'm going to save you frustration, and I'm going to make sure that you are on assignment, And so one of my questions I have for you tonight is, are you on assignment? Are you on assignment? And do you even know what that means? You might be saying, well, Andy, what does it even mean to be on assignment? I'm not quite sure if I've heard that terminology before. I'm not quite sure if I fully understand that. And I'm going to be breaking that down for you because my intention is to help you to save time and to make sure that you're fully on assignment and that you're fully living out your purpose and that you're doing that thing that you were called to do and making the level of impact that you should be making in your life. So real quick, before we get started, do me a quick favor as you're tuning in, go ahead and put in your city and your state so I can go ahead and give you a quick shout out so I can say hi to you real quick and say hi to you, acknowledge you for tuning in. And of course, as you're tuning in right now, do me a favor. Also, go ahead and make sure you hit the share button because I'm pretty sure you're connected to somebody who is going to benefit from tonight's message. And so once again, I want to talk to you tonight about whether or not you are on assignment and how do you even know if you're on assignment or not. And once you are on assignment, what do you really need to do in order to be able to make the level of impact that you want to make and make the level of income that you want to make and ultimately really, really, truly be living out your purpose. So let me say hi to a couple people. Hey, Tanya, what's up, girl? Good to see you. Tanya in the ATL, always good to see you. Once again, as you tune in, put in your city and your state so I go ahead and give you a quick shout out. So listen, this message for tonight is really to help you to save time. It's going to help you save time. It's going to help you to really save yourself from a lot of frustration. And it's going to help you to get greater clarity and have much more fulfillment and purpose in your life. And so if you want to save time, you want to have greater clarity, you want to have more fulfillment, more purpose on your life, this message is specifically for you. So let me say hi to a couple more people. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Gregory. Good to see you. Gregory in Florida. I'm also in Florida, so good to see you, Gregory. And also Darren. What's up, my man? Darren tuned in from Baltimore, Maryland. Good to see you. All right. Valamir, yes, in Hollywood, Florida. I'm in Hollywood, Florida. That is insane. I love it. Fantastic. And then we've got Daphne, who's also tuning in from West Palm Beach, Florida. So Florida is definitely in the house tonight. So, of course, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. And as a matter of fact, Tony, you asked me when my next workshop is. It is actually going to be June 20th through the 22nd. And so once again, I'm going to go ahead and dive right on in real quick. I've got a message for you tonight. And really, I want to start off by asking you a big question. And my question for you is this: are you on assignment? Are you on assignment? And you might be saying, well, Andy, what does it mean to be on assignment? What does that really mean? Well, here's what I come to realize, and here's what I believe. Here's what I firmly believe. I believe that at this stage in your life, you are either on assignment. And what I mean by that is you are living out your purpose. You're on the path to your purpose. You're doing that thing that you've been put here to do, or you are completely wasting your time. And I really don't believe that there's much in between. So I'm going to repeat that one more time. Right now, where you look at your life, you examine what you're doing on a daily basis, you examine your occupation, you examine how you're showing up on a daily basis, what you're doing with your God-given gifts, your skills, and your talents. You are either on assignment. In other words, you are doing and you are on the path, you are on the trajectory of what you have been placed on this earth to do, or you are completely wasting your time and doing something that you really shouldn't be doing in the first place. And so really, I think when we put it on two different extremes like that, it really helps us out. Because a lot of times, you know, we try to like play this little game with ourselves where we're like somewhere in between. You're like, oh, I think I'm doing what I was supposed to do. I think I'm fulfilling my purpose. I think I'm on assignment. No. There's no thinking. Either you are or you're not. Either you're pushing towards and you're making this thing happen and you're on assignment and you're impacting lives and using your gifts, your skills, and your talents and your time and your treasures to do the thing you were called to do, or you're completely missing the mark and you're just going through life. Maybe perhaps you're very, very busy making things happen, but you're completely off the mark and you're not on purpose, and you're not on assignment. So there's some things that I want you to realize. There's a framework that I want you to realize, and some things that you need to be able to do, some things specifically that you need to do. And here's what I believe is what all of our first assignment is. This is the first step for every single one of us. The very first step is this, and I want you to write this down. The first step is that you need to find your unique personal assignment. I'm going to repeat that one more time. You need to find your unique personal assignment. And so what that means is that this is not based off of what your parents told you to do. This is not based off of what your friends or your family members told you what you should do. This is based off of what you have been uniquely designed for. And so in other words, listen carefully. You have certain gifts, you got certain skills, you got certain talents, and those gifts, those skills, and those talents, they were specifically given to you because there's something that you're supposed to do with your life. There's something that only you can do, and nobody else is going to be able to carry out this path. Nobody else is going to be able to do this business. Nobody else is going to be able to make the level of impact that you can. Nobody else can do this thing the way that you can do it. Now, your responsibility is to figure out what that thing is. Now, I want to warn you on a couple of things. It's really, really easy to get distracted from whatever your assignment is, because the thing is, let's just face it, we go through life and there's a lot of things that we've got to do. Like we got to keep a roof over our head. We got to pay bills, right? We got to make it through the daily grind, right? We've got a family to be able to take care of and responsibilities to take care of. So it is very, very easy to get drawn to something that is really not your assignment, but helps you to take care of your bare necessities. And so it's easy for you to get caught up in doing something that simply is helping you to pay the bills. It's easy for you to get caught up in doing something that's allowing you to get by. It is easy for you to get caught up in something that is really convenient. And so I want you to understand that. Now, just because you're busy, it does not mean that you are on assignment. I'm going to say that one more time. Being busy does not necessarily mean that you're on assignment. Now, let me share something else with you. Getting a beautiful paycheck also does not mean necessarily that you're on assignment. Making a lot of money does not necessarily mean that you are on assignment. So listen carefully. You can be making a whole lot of money. You could be getting a consistent paycheck. You could be paying the bills and taking care of all of your responsibilities and still be completely out of assignment. And you say, well, Andy, how do you know that? Well, let me tell you something. I know because I've got to experience that firsthand, very firsthand. And so just for some of you, it's your first time maybe connecting with me, or maybe if you don't know this about me, I went to school at Florida State University. I got my undergraduate degree in accounting. I got my master's degree in corporate accounting, and I studied like crazy and passed the CPA exam. And then I landed a job at one of the largest professional service firms in the world, a company by the name of PricewaterhouseCoopers. Now, what I want you to understand is on the outside, if you examine my life, what you would have seen is somebody who had an undergraduate degree, a master's degree, a CPA license, working one of the big four public accounting firms, making a really nice salary, specifically considering that I was not too far removed from college, and considering my age, I was making more money than many adults, right? And so on the outside, you would say, man, this guy is really making things happen. On the outside, you'd say, man, this guy right here, man, he's got it going on. I mean, he's got a master's degree. He's got a CPA license. He's working one of the big four public accounting firms. And man, he's making decent money, and he's with this prestigious firm, right? So on the outside, you would believe that. But let me tell you something. You would have been really, really, truly mistaken, because even though I was working a great job, even though I was working with a great company, even though I had the title, right, of us being a CPA, even though I had the degrees, the master's degree and so forth, it did not necessarily mean that I was on assignment. That's what I want you to understand. Because when I examine my life, when I look at my skill sets, when I look at the things that I was called to do, even though I would have had a very powerful, steady, high-paying job, continuing to work as a CPA and working for PricewaterhouseCoopers and maybe potentially even eventually becoming partner, that was still not, when you look at my gifts, when you look at my skills, when you look at the things that I'm passionate about, that would not necessarily have me on assignment. And that's what I want you to understand. And so it becomes very, very easy. And that's the part that I want you to understand. It can happen to the best of us. It gets very, very easy for you to create on the surface and on the outside this picture of success. For people to look on and say, wow, that's a great profession. For people to look on and say, you're making good money. For people to look on and say, wow, you look like you really have it going on, and yet and still be completely out of assignment. And so what I want you to understand is this, that at some point you have to be very, very careful that you are not examining your life based off of just your paycheck, that you're not examining your life just off of the fact that you're paying your bills and keeping your lights on and taking care of your responsibilities. Make sure that you're not examining your life just based off of what other people told you that success looks like, but rather that you go on a personal quest, that you go on a journey of figuring out what your unique assignment is. That is your responsibility. That's the thing that you got to understand. And let me go ahead and start pointing you in the right direction. What I want you to understand is this. Oftentimes your assignment, the thing that you've been called to do, is going to be directly connected to your gifts, your skills, and your talent, and the things that you're passionate about. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Oftentimes your assignment is going to be directly related to the gifts, the skills, the talents, and the things that you're passionate about. And so what I want you to understand is, don't think for a moment that you were given these gifts, like this ability that you have to be able to communicate, this creative mind that you have, the ability that you have to be able to create connections, the ability that you have, this vivid imagination that you have, your ability to have a vision, your ability to enroll other people. Don't think for a moment that you have these gifts and these skills and these talents and it's just by circumstance. I want you to understand that those gifts, those skills, and those assignments, those things that you have are directly correlated to your assignment. And it is easy for you to put those gifts, those skills on the back burner and never try to figure out what the actual assignment is. And so what I'm saying to you is you need to become obsessed with trying to figure out what your assignment is. I'm going to repeat that one more time. You need to become obsessed with trying to figure out what your assignment is. And so if you are questioning right now what you're doing, it is most likely not your assignment. If it is just simply something you are doing to pay the bills, it is not your assignment. If you don't get happy, if you don't get excited, if you don't get this renewed energy when you go after this thing that you're currently doing, it is most likely not your assignment. And so that's the first thing I want you to understand. I want you to start thinking and figuring out right now, what is my assignment? That's the question you need to be asking yourself. Do me a favor right now, put hashtag assignment, hashtag assignment. You need to be on a quest. Put that right now in the comment section. You need to be on a quest to try to figure out what your assignment is. And if you have some idea of what your assignment is, you feel like you're on the right track, you need to become obsessed with getting even greater clarity as to exactly what that assignment is. Some of you have an idea, but you're still not fully clear. I need you to become absolutely obsessed with it. So do me a favor right now in the comment section, put hashtag assignment, hashtag assignment. So your first step, your first responsibility is to figure out what that assignment is. Some of you, your assignment, like you are supposed to create something, like you need to create this extraordinary business, and this business that you create is going to allow you to be able to serve, impact lives, and be able to make massive transformation, not just in your own life, but in the life of other people. Some people, you have an assignment. Your assignment is going to be tied to some kind of a big cause, right? And carrying out some kind of initiative, like through a nonprofit or through some kind of ministry. Some of you, you have an assignment, and your assignment is to really be able to move people towards their assignment. So sometimes that's what we're called to do. Some of you, your assignment is to help other people to find clarity and to find what their assignment is. Some of you have been called to really motivate people. Some of you have been called to really be able to help people to be able to navigate through life. Some of you have been called to really be able, your assignment is to bring healing to people that are hurt, whether that is medical healing, whether that is emotional healing, but every single one of us has a unique assignment. And so what I'm saying to you right now, if what you are doing right now is not your assignment, listen to me, you are wasting time. I'm going to repeat that one more time. If what you are doing right now is not your assignment, you are wasting time. And I do not want you to waste any more time, because the reality of it is that none of us know exactly how much time we have left. And so you want to make sure that every single day when you wake up, that instead of you showing up to a job that you hate, that you're showing up to a set of circumstances that you hate, showing up to a business that you actually hate, showing up to a set of circumstances that you dread or something that you really don't look forward to, I'm telling you is stop wasting your time with that business. Stop wasting your time with that career. Stop wasting your time pursuing something that you know is not your assignment, that you know that you don't want to do. So that's the first thing I'm going to tell you. The number one resource that you have is your time, and you do not want to waste that, right? And so I want you to right now understand that. Do me a favor. If you recognize and understand that your number one resource is your time, do me a favor right now. Put #time. If you know that, more valuable than money, more valuable than any other resource that you possess, the one thing that you can never get back, the one thing that once you spend it, it is gone, and it is gone forever. It is called the unfulfilling minute. That thing is relentless. You cannot get that time back. So once you understand that, you have to start having a different level of focus and figuring out what your assignment is, because we don't know, and therefore we want to maximize the time that we have. So do me a favor right now. If you recognize and you're aware of the fact that your time is your most precious resource, do me a favor right now. Put #time, #time in the comment section. Put #time. So understand that that's your most, that is your best and absolute best possession that you have. And so step one is, in the time that you have, and none of us know exactly how much time we have, is to find what your personal assignment is. Now, here's the beautiful thing. Once you have figured out what your assignment is, if you believe that your assignment is to be able to encourage other people, to help other people in business, to be able to help children, whatever you believe that your assignment is. I mean, we all have very, very different assignments. Some of you, your assignment is to help somebody else that has a very clear vision and has an assignment, right? And so every single one of us, we have an assignment. Listen carefully. We have an assignment. Now, here's the thing. Listen very carefully to this, right? Once you figure out what that assignment is, once you know what that assignment is, your second part now is to find the people that you are assigned to. Now, let me clarify that for you. Once you know what your assignment is, now let's say that you say to yourself, I know my assignment, Andy, my assignment is I need to be a doctor. Andy, I know what my assignment is. I need to start this nonprofit that's going to help inner city kids. Andy, I know what my assignment is. I have been put here to be a speaker, to be a voice of change, to be able to make an impact. Andy, I know what my assignment is. My assignment is to be a coach. Andy, I know what my assignment is. My assignment is to be this extraordinary entrepreneur. Andy, I know what my assignment is. My assignment is to invent and create something. Once you know what your assignment is, your next step is to find the people that you are assigned to. Now, here's what I want you to understand. I'm about to save you a whole lot of time. A whole lot of time. You see, there's a lot of people who, once they find their assignment, they waste a lot of time trying to chase people down, and they're trying to convince people to join them in what they're doing. What I want you to understand is that once you know what your assignment is, your job is to not chase people down. Your job is to simply show up in a way where you begin to attract, and now your responsibility is to simply sort through and find the people who are your assignment. Listen very carefully. Everybody has not been assigned to you. That's the first thing you got to understand. Everybody has not been assigned to you. One of the biggest mistakes that you can make is think in your mind that everyone that you come across, if you're that entrepreneur, if you're the speaker, if you're the coach, if you have the nonprofit, one of the worst things that you can do is to put this big, massive weight on your shoulder, thinking that your responsibility is to convince everybody that they need to work with you, to convince everybody that they need coaching from you, that they need to hear from you, that they need to be a part of your practice, that you need to be their doctor, whatever you do, that you need to be their nurse. Everybody is not assigned to you. Listen, the moment that you understand that, it is going to take so much pressure off of your shoulders. It is going to, listen, it is going to release you. It is going to make you understand. It is going to allow you to have a different level of focus when you understand that everybody is not your assignment, nor do you want to work with everybody, nor do you want to try to enroll everybody into what you have, nor do you have the capacity to be able to work with everybody. That's the thing I need you to understand. Understand that you don't even have the capacity to work with everybody. You don't have the capacity to serve everybody. So your responsibility is to simply begin to find the people who are assigned to you. But let me help you out with something. The only way that you're going to be able to find the people who are assigned to you if you become clear and clear as to what your assignment is. I need you to get that. There are a lot of people, the reason why they're chasing a bunch of people around and the reason why they keep putting out this broad, grandiose message and they're trying to attract everyone, and what's happening in the result is they are attracting no one, is because of the mere fact that, number one, they don't have clarity on what their assignment is. And then number two, they have this false belief, this false pretense that everybody has been assigned to them. And let me tell you something right now. Everybody has not been assigned to you. Everybody has not been assigned to me. You have people, they have a stamp of approval. And on that stamp, their stamp shows assigned to, and your name is written there. So there are people that have a stamp. It says assigned to Tory Montgomery, assigned to Darren Smith, assigned to Delatora L. McNeil II, my man, assigned to Kelly Butler, assigned to Gregory, right? There are people who are assigned specifically to you, Valamir. There are people who are assigned to you. And here's what I want you to understand. This is what's going to just take so much pressure off your back. When they are assigned to you, they are yours. You cannot miss the people who are assigned to you. The only thing that you can fail to do is show up so that those people can find you. I want you to get that. Listen carefully, right? You cannot miss out on the people who are assigned to you because they've been assigned to you. However, you can be missing where they cannot find you. And so your responsibility is that you need to find your unique personal assignment, and then you've got to show up in a way that the people who are assigned to you can actually find you, so that the people who are assigned to you can actually hear you and they see you doing the thing that you are called to do. If you're the nurse, if you're the doctor, if you're the teacher, if you're the physician, if you own the nonprofit, if you're a speaker, if you're a coach, listen carefully. Sometimes this is what we do. There are people who are assigned to you and they're actually looking for you, but they cannot find you. And the reason why they cannot find you is because your time is being occupied and dominated doing something that you shouldn't be doing in the first place. 97% of people are engaged in secondary activities, and their daily regimen is filled with a bunch of busyness and activities that does not put them on assignment. And so they are very busy. They have a lot going on, but what they're doing has nothing to do with their assignment. And so one of the things that we always have to do is we've got to examine our own lives. Socrates said that an unexamined life is not worth living. And so you've got to examine your life on a daily basis and ask yourself this question: am I on assignment? And is what I am doing right now bringing me closer and giving me more clarity and more power and more traction in my assignment? Or is this thing that I'm doing derailing me and taking me in another direction? And so that's what I want you to understand. First, we get the clarity. We find your unique assignment. Step number one, find your unique personal assignment. And then you've got to find the people who are assigned to you. Now, here's what I want you to understand. This is what you got to understand. The people who are assigned to you will find you if you show up. The people who are assigned to you will find you if you are on assignment. The people who are assigned to you will find you when you are doing the things that allows your assignment to become stronger and more powerful. And so in other words, if you are a physician, when you begin to tweak your skill set, you get better, you put in more hours, then the people who are assigned to you will find you. If you are a speaker, as you develop your voice, as you work on your craft, the people who are assigned to you will find you. If you are a coach, as you work on your skill set, as you develop yourself, as you become clearer and clearer on what you've been called to do, the people who are assigned to you will actually find you. Now, they're going to find you, but it is also your responsibility to look for them, to look for the people who are your assignment. Now, here's the thing. In the midst of you looking for the people who are your assignment, you're going to attract people who are actually not part of your assignment. And you need to be so on point with your assignment. You need to so know your assignment and so have an understanding of who has been assigned to you that you should be willing, in a matter of just a couple of seconds, to know whether or not somebody has been assigned to you. And if not, you need to be comfortable with just releasing them and maybe even pointing them to somebody else, right? And so because when you're on assignment, listen carefully, when you're on assignment, you become clear on who's assigned to you. And now here you are, you're out there, you're seeking, you're looking for the clients, you're looking for the customers, you're looking for the people who are going to contribute to your nonprofit. And then so now as you begin to find those people, you get so clear on what your assignment is, you will begin to know, hey, you know what? I like you. You're pretty amazing, but you're not my assignment. You actually, there's somebody I have in mind. You probably need to work with them because I think that that person is more in line with what you need. I'm not your person. And the reason why you're willing to do that is because you're not operating from a scarcity mindset. It's because you understand that you, number one, you've got an assignment. And with that assignment, listen, God doesn't give you an assignment if he doesn't also give you people who are assigned to you. That's the thing you got to know. So there's no need to have a scarcity mindset because the mere fact that you have an assignment also means that people are assigned to you. That's the thing you got to understand. The only way that you miss out on the people who are assigned to you is because of the mere fact that you don't bother showing up. But if you show up and you show up consistently and you keep working on your craft and you keep trying to find ways to show up in stronger ways, the people who are assigned to you, they will find you, and don't worry, you will not lose them because they've been assigned to you. You get that? And here's what I want to make you understand. One of the worst things that you can do is start wasting time and energy working with people who are not assigned to you. And so one of the best forms of you getting to your next level is becoming so crystal clear on who's assigned to you and knowing when to release people and not operating from a scarcity mindset, but knowing when to release people who are not your assignment. Let me tell you something right now. I have been taking lots and lots of pride of being able to decipher very quickly as to whether or not somebody is part of my assignment or if they're not. And I actually take a lot of pride in being able to literally be able to edify somebody else and tell somebody, you know what, I'm not your guy. I'm not your guy. Like somebody else is your guy. Like I was speaking to, it was so amazing. Through LinkedIn, there's a company that found me on LinkedIn. They're a credit union. They've got multiple locations, and they decided to, they wanted to reach out to me, and they wanted me to come in and deliver a talk for their organization. The actual president of that organization saw something, a couple of videos from one of my Master Storyteller Academies on LinkedIn, and they reached out to me, and we did a Zoom session. It was a conference call. It was the president of that credit union. They had other people who were there on staff and so forth. And we had one of the most powerful, engaging conversations. And the CEO that was there, he said, man, Andy, man, we think that you're the guy. But as I continued to ask questions, as I continued to listen to the responses, I told him, listen, you think I'm the guy, but I'm telling you right now, in this particular case, I'm not your guy. I'm not your guy. And I'm going to tell you right now, back in the day, I would not be clear on what my assignment is. And back in the day, I would so want the opportunity, even though I know it wasn't part of my assignment, I would still find a way to just do what the client wanted me to do, just for the mere sake of simply trying to get the opportunity. But because of the fact that I'm very clear on what my assignment is, it allowed me to be able to ask the right questions and then be able to tell them, I'm not your guy. And in that particular case, I told the CEO that really it wasn't a matter of them bringing another speaker in. Everything that he needed to say it himself as the CEO, right? And so in that particular case, he was the guy. And I told him, you're trying to put out an assignment that is actually your assignment. You know what? He loved the fact that I shared that with him, and I was willing to be that honest and transparent. And they said, Andy, now we have to find a way to work with you. And so we have another call scheduled, and we're going to figure out whether I'm going to come in there and do actual training and so forth. But I want you to understand that the beauty of that conversation, the beauty of that dialogue, the reason why I could add value, the reason why that exchange went that way, the reason why that door is still going to be open is because I was clear on what my assignment is. And number two, I understand now that everybody is not my assignment. That's the thing that you got to get. I'm telling you right now, it is going to save you so much energy. It's going to save you so much frustration. It's going to allow you to sleep well at night. And it is going to free you from having a scarcity mindset. It is going to free you from being concerned about who's going to eat your lunch. It's going to free you from being concerned about, oh my goodness, I don't know. Is this going to happen? Listen, if it's your assignment, let me tell you something. When somebody's your assignment, as long as you are showing up, I don't care what you're doing. Listen, you become like this magnet. They just will find a way to be able to work with you. Even if they got to go through a bunch of other things before they come work with you, trust and believe they're going to end up being right there with you in whatever it is that you've been assigned to do. That's just the way it works. Do you get that? And so listen, don't release that scarcity mindset, release this idea that someone's going to steal your people and so forth. It does not work that way. The people who are your assignment are your assignment. They've been assigned to you. Understand that. Understand that wholeheartedly. Listen, when I started to understand that, everything began to shift for me. I show up to conversations differently. I show up to rooms differently. My posture is completely different on phone calls. And then so everything now, there becomes this ease, right? And now instead of me chasing things, things are now chasing me. Right? And those opportunities, and every single one of you, you know you've been in that place before in your life where you felt like you were on purpose, you were in flow, you were on assignment, and now things were coming easier to you. That now opportunities were coming to you, people were coming to you, things were coming to you. You're no longer chasing those things because you're on assignment, you have clarity. And what I'm saying is when that begins to happen and those opportunities begin to show up, what I need you to know now is now you need to have this discernment. You need to have this filter on, and you need to be able to know this is for me, that's not for me. This is for me, that's not for me. This is for me, that's not for me. That's why oftentimes when you're going to have a meeting with a highly successful person, a lot of times when you're going to share an opportunity with a highly successful person, they schedule those meetings oftentimes for like 10 to 15 minutes, right? And oftentimes even less than that, 5 minutes. The reason why is because somebody who's really truly on assignment can make a judgment call very, very quickly as to whether this is in alignment with what I'm doing or this is simply a distraction. And so that's why, if you can get a 3-minute, 5-minute meeting with an uber successful person, that's like a big deal, right? Somebody that is highly influential. And normally you say, well, how can they know in 3 minutes? Because they know what their assignment is. And the moment you get in front of them and you open your mouth and you begin to talk about your idea and you begin to talk about what you want to do, they're going to know right away whether or not you are part of their assignment or whether or not they just need to release you. So you don't take it personal, and you've got to learn to start doing the exact same thing. And so that's the thing I want you to understand. I want to save you a bunch of time. Now, here's the thing. So I told you step number 1 is you got to find your unique personal assignment. We all have a unique personal assignment. Whatever it is, your assignment is going to be tied to your gifts, your skills, your passion, the thing that you really, really, truly enjoy doing. And then now, once you've taken the time to find the assignment, and I'm certainly not going to tell you that it is easy. If it were easy, everybody would be on assignment, right? I believe that once you find your assignment, it'll be something that you find that you can do with ease because you are built to do it. But it's not always easy for us to find our assignment. because we get caught up on a daily basis and we have to deal through all the things we've been downloaded, right? What our parents told us to do, the conversations we have with our friends and family members, the most of which have no idea what your assignment is, and even the conversations that you have within. And then we're just mere circumstances, right? Just taking care of responsibilities, paying the bills, right? Keeping a roof over your head, right? Or just familiarity, being in your comfort zone. So it gets really, really easy to have all these layers that puts you in a position where you're just doing busy stuff, but what you're doing is not really on assignment. But what I'm saying is it is worth putting in the time. It is worth going on a trip and getting away and being still. It is worth having conversations with some of the people who are closest to you and know your skill set to ask them, hey, I'm trying to figure out what my assignment is. I'm trying to figure out. It is worth engaging in that journey and trying to figure that thing out. And once you figure that thing out, understand that with your assignment comes people who are assigned to you. That's the beautiful thing about it. Can I tell you that? With your assignment comes people who are assigned to you. If you feel like you're assigned to start a nonprofit, understand this, that the people that you are supposed to serve, there are people who've been served who have been assigned to your nonprofit. If you decide that you are a speaker and that you're going to become a speaker, you're going to work on your craft, there are people who are assigned to you. If you're going to be a coach, there are people who are assigned to you. If you're an entrepreneur, there are customers and clients who have been assigned to you. Understand that with an assignment, you also have people who are assigned to you. And your responsibility is to not try to work with everybody, talk to everybody, try to enroll everybody, try to market to everybody, try to email everybody. That is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to become so crystal clear on who your assignment is that you speak the lingo of your people that you know are assigned to you and watch how they begin to show up. Watch how they begin to just sort of pop up. And then you need to become very clear and have this little meter real quick where you can say, yes, you're my assignment, or no, you're not my assignment, and be able to just simply release those people. Now, once you find your assignment, I want you to understand this. It is a major, major responsibility. Once you have found the people who are your assignment, I mean, you have a business and you have found the people who are your assignment, they are your customers and your clients. You are a coach and you have found the people who are your assignment, they are your coaching clients. You are a speaker and you have found your assignment, they are the people who are hiring you to come in and speak, the opportunities that you are getting. You are you have some type of a ministry, and there is like a group of people that you believe that you've been called to serve. Here's what I want you to understand. Once you know who your assignment is, once you know the people that you've been assigned to, here's what I want you to understand. Now you have a responsibility. What's the responsibility, Andy? Your responsibility is to serve the people that you have been assigned to at the highest level. There are a lot of people who are being extremely irresponsible. Number one, they're on assignment and they have actually found people who've been assigned to them. And the people who've been assigned to them, they are being negligent and they are not serving those people at the highest level. And so it is your responsibility. Do you hear me? It is your responsibility that once you have identified the people who have been assigned to you and you have those people before you, it is your responsibility to serve those people, not halfway, not when you feel like it, not like haphazardly, not out of integrity, not just because, it's hit or miss. It is your responsibility to serve those people at the highest level, at the absolute highest level. And when I say the absolute highest level, I'm talking about you need to give them your absolute best. Why? Because they have been assigned uniquely and specifically to you. And because they have been assigned to you, you are the only person that can serve them at the level in which you have the capacity to serve them. And if you do not serve them at the highest level, what you have done is you have created what is known as a casualty. Do you hear me? They will become a casualty. Why? Because the fact that you dropped the ball, because of the fact that you didn't do what you were called to do, they're going to go connect and attach themselves to somebody else that they have not been assigned to. And because they were not assigned to that person, unfortunately, is going to let them down. That person, unfortunately, is not going to move them closer to the thing that they're looking to make happen. And so what I want you to understand is every single time we miss out on our assignment, every single time we don't serve at the highest level, we are actually creating a casualty. Why? Because that person that you fail to completely be able to fulfill, that person that you fail to serve at the highest level, there's a strong possibility that you cause that person to now give up on what their assignment is. You can cause that person to throw in the towel. You can cause that person, because you didn't give your best, you can cause that person to begin to doubt their process and to begin to doubt what their calling is and to begin to doubt what their assignment is and cause them to deflect and go back to what they were doing, to go back to their comfort zone. And so it creates this ripple effect. You didn't fulfill your assignment, and now you cause somebody else to fall out of their assignment. And now that they've fallen out of their assignment, now they've gone back to their comfort zone. And now, unfortunately, you just going about your business, not even realizing that you're creating casualties. Do you hear me? You're straight up creating casualties. And so it is your responsibility. It's your responsibility to really think through these three things. Number one, I asked you this question at the very beginning. I want you to think about this right now. I asked you this just in a general perspective. Are you on assignment? Are you on assignment? And the reality of it is, you know whether or not you're on assignment. You know whether or not you're on assignment. And I believe that there's really nothing in between. Either you're on assignment or you're not, right? And sadly, I believe that most people are not on assignment. And so what that means is that doesn't mean that you throw in the towel. That doesn't mean you have a pity party for yourself. Doesn't mean that you say, woe is me, things are not happening for me. No. What it means for you is that now you've got to realize that, you know what? I need to find my assignment. I need to figure out what that thing is. I've wasted enough time. Listen to me very carefully. You have wasted enough time. So if this business is not what you're supposed to do, you have wasted enough time with the business. If this career is not what you're supposed to do, you have wasted enough time with that career. If what you're doing on a daily basis, those daily activities, those things that you're doing is not on assignment, you have wasted enough time. Enough is enough. Say, like, stop wasting time. Right now, get like ridiculously obsessed with trying to figure out what your assignment is. I don't care if you got to go and get some coaching, you got to go read some books, you got to go on a retreat with yourself and try to figure things out, but you need to figure out what your assignment is. What have you been called to do? What are your gifts? What are your skills? What are your talents? What comes easily to you? What are you passionate about? Who do you think you've been called to serve? Like, what is your assignment? What is your assignment? What is your assignment? Wake up every day asking the question, what is my assignment? What is my assignment? What is my assignment? Then, once you find out what that assignment is, I want you to understand this. You got to get into the flow. You got to ease into this thing. And your job is to get really, really crystal clear on the assignment and equip yourself. Get to a level of mastery in whatever your assignment is. Like, work on yourself. Like, get better at whatever you've been assigned to do, right? I'm talking to you, whatever it is. Whether you're the nurse, like, be that best nurse that you could be. You're the doctor, be the best doctor. The lawyer, be the best lawyer. Speaker, be the best that you could be. Be coach, be the best that you could be. Entrepreneur, be the best. Inventor, be the best that you could do. Like, work on that skill set. Work on that skill set. Get to a level of mastery with that skill set. And I believe that journey never, ever ends. And so you've got to be obsessed about it. Now, when you become obsessed with working on that thing that you called to do, you are going to begin to attract people. Now, in the people that you're attracting, listen carefully. Some of those people are your assignment. Listen carefully. That's the part I need you to get. Everyone that you attract is not necessarily your assignment. Do you get that? Everybody that you attract is not necessarily your assignment. And so there are going to be some people that you attract that you need to say, bye-bye. Do me a favor right now in the comment section, put hashtag bye-bye, right? So some people that you attract, they are going to be the people that if you were to decide to go ahead and take them on, they're going to drain your energy. They're going to take you off course. They're going to turn up to be a distraction. And instead of being an asset and instead of it being an economical exchange where you've benefited them and you've gotten compensated, what is going to end up happening is they're going to be frustrated and you're going to be frustrated. And the reason why is because you've accepted somebody who is not part of your assignment. And so what I'm saying to you, you got to understand this. Sometimes the best opportunities are the ones that you say bye-bye to. Sometimes the best money is the money that you allow to walk away. Sometimes the best money is the money that you say no thank you to. Do you get that? I need you to get this. You got to find the people who are assigned to you, and everybody has not been assigned to you. That's the thing you got to get. Everyone has not been assigned to you. I have learned to start saying no to people. I have learned to start pointing people in different directions because I've come to the realization that they are not my assignment. They have not been assigned to me. I cannot serve them at the highest level possible. Somebody else is their assignment. Somebody else they've been assigned to, and I need to release them and say bye-bye so they can go on and go be with the person that they've been assigned to. And when you can release that scarcity mindset, that idea that if you let them go, there's going to be not enough food for you to eat. The idea if you let them go, somebody else is going to take them and so forth. You got to release that. What is yours is yours. Nobody can take what is yours. Do you get that? Nobody can take what is yours. If you believe that, put yes in the comment section. Put yes. Now, don't put yes if you don't believe it. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let you know how I know you don't believe it. When you don't believe it is that you'll take business that you shouldn't take. When you don't believe it is when you'll take on customers and clients that you shouldn't take on. When you don't believe it is you'll say yes to opportunities that you should really say no to. Like, that's when you don't believe that. But when you do believe it, you will say no to opportunities that aren't a good fit. You will release customers that you know that you shouldn't take on, and you'll say no to opportunities that you know you shouldn't take on because of the fact that you are clear and you fully understand that. So do me a favor right now. If you believe that what is yours and no one, I don't care who it is, no one can take it away from you, just go ahead and put yes, right? Christine said yes. Gregory said yes. Like, if you know in your heart that what has been assigned to you, no one can take it, just go ahead and put yes in the comment section below. Put yes, 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 right? Go ahead and put yes. And I'm going to go ahead and, right? So Gregory, Valimir, right? That's right. Yes, yes, right? Those people have been assigned to you. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to share one more thing before I do that. I want you to do me a favor. Go ahead right now, because I'm pretty certain that there's somebody you're connected to. There's somebody in your community, somebody that you know. They just got to hear just a little piece of this message. They may not even need to hear the whole thing. They may just need to hear a little piece of it. So do me a favor. Go ahead and hit the share button so that we can just make sure that the people who need to hear this message just at least hear a piece of it. Maybe what they're going to hear is the fact that there is an assignment on their life. And they might just say, you know what, I've been wasting too much time. I need to figure out what that assignment is. Maybe the part that they're going to hear is the part about, you got to find the people who are assigned to you. And they're going to stop putting this responsibility on themselves of thinking that they got to work with everybody. They got to try to get everybody into their business. They got to try to attract everybody. And then they could get to a place where they start realizing, wait a second, people have been assigned to me. I just got to find the people who are my assignment, right? And then maybe perhaps the thing that they need to hear is now they know what their assignment is, and they found people, but they've been lackadaisical. They're giving people like 30%, 40%. They're not serving at the highest level. Maybe the thing that they need to hear is that they just simply need to make sure that when they do find their assignment, they need to serve at the highest level, that they need to execute with a level of excellence, right? That they need to be trying to serve people at this level that they've been called to serve at. And so they may have to come to the realization that they still got some skills that they got to work on. They got to develop. They got to stretch themselves to figure out how they can increase their capacity to be able to serve at a higher level. So what I want you to understand, and I want you to do this, listen, do not allow yourself to substitute a paycheck for purpose. So the question is, like, do you just simply want a paycheck, or do you want purpose? Do you want to be living out your purpose? Do you want to be doing the thing that you've been called to do? And so that's why I want you to realize that every single one of us, we got to be thinking every single day, am I on assignment? Am I on assignment? And if you are on assignment, you got to guard that. because it is very easy. It is very easy for you to get off assignment. It is very easy for you to get distracted. And what I want you to understand is distractions are not always something negative. That's the thing. A lot of times we always have this false belief. We have this false belief where we start thinking, we're like, you know what, distractions, right? We think, oh man, distractions are only negative things, but that's not true. Sometimes distractions are those really, really pretty, shiny objects, those things that you want to say yes to, and those things themselves, those things are also distractions. Do you get that? Those things completely could be distractions. So you want to be thinking about, am I on assignment? Number one, am I on assignment? Remember, that's the first question I have for you. Are you on assignment? And then there's a couple of things you got to do. Number one, you got to get really, really passionate about finding what your assignment is. Then you got to find the people who are assigned to you. And then once you find the people who are assigned to you, like, don't allow yourself to have any casualties. Don't be lackadaisical. Don't take it for granted the fact that you have found people who are assigned to you. Like, serve those people at the highest level possible. Like, serve them at your highest level right now, right? And yeah, you're going to continue to grow. You're going to increase your capacity, and you're going to be able to serve them at a higher level, but serve them to the best of your abilities at what you have right now, with what you're capable of doing right now. And when you begin to do that, what you're going to find is you begin to get in your flow. When you begin to do that, you're going to realize you start making more impact. When you begin to do that, I believe that ultimately, because of the result of you making more impact, that you're also going to make more income by default. And so many of the desires of your heart are going to start coming to you, not because you're chasing the money, not because you're chasing the outcome, but rather because you have been chasing your assignment, and you've been finding the people who are assigned to you, and you're serving them at the highest level. And when we can become obsessed with doing it in that level, finding our assignment, and then finding the people that we're assigned to, and then serving them at the highest level, then everything else that you want, you end up getting those things by default. Now, there's something that I want you to get access to. I share this every single time when I jump on here weekly to share these messages with you. I have a quick online training. And in that training, I just share with you a couple tips and strategies on how you can use your own personal stories to be able to attract the people who are your assignment, to overcome some of the objections that it may have, and really to push them to be able to take some action. And so if you want to get access to that training, you know whether or not you've gotten it before or not, but if you haven't, I want you to do this real quickly. Just go ahead and text the word show up, all one word, show up. If you have an iPhone, it has a tendency to try to put a space in between the word show up. So you want to back that thing up, remove the space. Text it as one word, show up, to the telephone number 954-278-3701. Once again, you're going to text the word show up, all one word, to 954-278-3701. Now, here's what's really cool about that. When you do that, you're going to receive a couple of cues. You're going to be asked what's your email address, and then also what's your name. And then after you follow that, you'll receive a text message with a link to that training, as well as an email with the link to the training. That's my gift to you. And to let you know, that's also going to allow me to just continue to stay connected with you and keep you posted on trainings and things that I have coming up. And so if that's something you want to take advantage of, you're going to text the word show up to 954-278-3701. And so once again, one of the things that, I just think about for so many of us, it comes really, really easy for us to be busy with our careers, busy with our businesses, busy on a daily basis, and yet still be out of assignment. And so my desire, my wish for you is that you're going to get on assignment, that you're going to have a desire, and that you are actively seeking and doing the things that you have to do to get on assignment, and that you are obsessed with finding out what your unique personal assignment is. Then once you find that out, I want you to start being on a quest to figure out who are the people who are assigned to you, and also being willing to say bye-bye and release the people who aren't assigned to you. And then finally, once you do have those people, understand that with it comes great responsibility, and it is your responsibility to serve those people at the absolute highest level, And so listen, you guys, I am hoping that you got some value from what I shared tonight. I'm hoping that you are living a life of on assignment, that you know what your assignment is, and if for some reason you don't know what your assignment is, that you're going to go on a quest, like a crazy quest. You're going to put your time, your energy, and your resources to figuring out what that assignment is. and making sure that you're going after that thing with all of your heart, all of your passion, all of your desires. Because I believe that when you're on assignment, you begin to serve people and you serve them at the highest level, amazing things happen. And so many of the other things that you desire in life, you will get those things as a result, as a byproduct of you being on assignment, you working with the people that you've been assigned to, and you executing and helping them at the absolute highest level. And so once again, I just want to thank all of you for tuning in and joining me for this message. Do me a favor, of course, hit the share button if you haven't already done so. If you got some value from this message, just go ahead and do me a favor real quick in the comment section. Just put in "this was for me." This was for me. Put "this was for me" in the comment section. And that's just your way of letting me know, look, Andy, I got some value from this, my man. I was able to catch a little piece of your message, or I caught all of it, or whatever it might be. And you say, Andy, I got something here that I'm going to be able to marinate on. I got something that's some value for me. So just do me a favor in the comment section, put "this was for me." This was for me. And of course, I'll give you a couple quick shout outs. And so once again, if you haven't already done so, make sure you go ahead and hit the share button on this message, because I'm pretty sure there's somebody that you're connected to that would get value from hearing the replay and hearing some of this message. And so, of course, I'm going to ask you to share. And don't forget to also put "this was for me" if you got some value from this message. So yes, 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 yes. Do not allow yourself to substitute your purpose for your paycheck. Yes, Tori Montgomery, definitely. Christine Wright said "this was for me." Yes, Darren Smith said "this was for me." And so, yes, Princess said "this was definitely for me." Valamir said "this was for me." Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So if you got some value, once again, in the comment section, you're going to put "this was for me." Yes, Dakisha said "this was for me." And so once again, I thank all of you for tuning in and for stopping by. I appreciate you. And of course, you can find me same time, same place next week on Facebook Live, on YouTube, and on the conference call. Kelly said "this was for me." Good to see you, Kelly. And everybody, I just once again, I thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, have a fantastic, fantastic evening. God bless you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the share button. I'll talk to you soon.